1, 2. Testing the mic. 1, 2. Testing the mic. There we go. There we go. All right. So, yeah, we still needed to mend some tools, but we need to update our game card, and now we need to make sure all of our video monitoring is up and going. So bear with me a moment. Thank you in advance for your patience. And it looks like our other streamer in our other ear is the mighty Mac. Over on the TikTok side today. Earlier today, while we were doing our Satisfactory stream, it was Scotsman UK on the Twitch side. So trying to keep a balance. And speaking of dual streams, we are live on, well, more than dual. We are live on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. And speaking of dual streams, we also had Joel and I was on earlier this morning. We missed the stream. But they are generally live on Twitch, and then they post clips and highlights to their TikTok, so you can go check them out there as well. And they also keep VODs on YouTube, similar to us, but a much more professional streamer. And if you're looking to learn some art skills, I highly recommend their stream. And if you're looking for Minecraft in general, I recommend the Spawn Chunks podcast. So if you just search for Spawn Chunks podcast, you'll find that across a number of platforms. Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and then they both stream on Twitch as well. So highly recommend that as well. What are we gonna do? Oh, so we're gonna finish up mending at least our silk touch again, maybe to solid green, and then we'll stream, or we'll go do some digging. See if we can. See if we can find some copper so we can finish our roof. We do want to get working on our Substack as well. Find a good format for that. It's a good platform for reading. It has pretty decent formatting. I don't know if we'll quite be able to format it the way we want, but because it doesn't have a solid table layout from what I can tell, but it does support latex, which seems a little odd to support that and not have a built-in table, but let's let's we got lucky there. We forgot to change our Azeron profile from Satisfactory earlier today to Minecraft, so we were playing on Satisfactory settings, which we try to keep it relatively similar. There's some slight differences. One of them that I cannot figure out is we have 8 directions in Minecraft. We can use our stick here. Yeah, this stick here that our thumb is on has 8 directions. And I need to get a better cam, but placement. But our satisfactory only has 7. It will not allow us to go down and to the left. It says that key combination is taken, and I do not know by what. I guess we could try to duplicate the Minecraft one maybe, and then change some of the things to that. Oh wait, so is it? What is C? Okay, I don't know what C is. I don't know, we would have found that too, but anyway, we can make it a little bit closer, or we can change it because some of the inventory things are and interactions are different in Minecraft and Satisfactory. But what else did we want to say? Well, if it isn't obvious, we did Satisfactory this morning. We got our awesome sync done, and our smart plates manufacturing, so those will be done in a couple minutes when we start tomorrow. The plan for our Satisfactory stream tomorrow will be getting our iron node up another level, or up another 2 levels, so that we can make reinforced plates. And what else? We're already making screws. Oh, rotors. And then a level above that where we can make smart plates. Right? And that way we can keep things automated, and when we need the stuff, it's already there. We don't have to wait for things to go through a bunch of hoops at our main base like we did in our first spaghetti playthrough. So that's the plan for there tomorrow. Oh, thank you, big boy, for the follow. Much appreciated. How's your Friday night, Saturday morning going? And do you play any Minecraft or other games? And thank you for the like as well. We're currently in Inkwood in our skeleton spawner, mending our tool, or mending our silk touch. Okay. Oh, but do you play any offline, if you don't mind me asking? Not necessarily streaming. But we're just gonna take our silk touch to at least touching green, and then we're gonna go dig some copper to work on our inn in Inkwood. So we won't spend the whole stream down here. We're just front loading it with some mending. What else did we have on our list? Oh. It might be some while to get it, but we also want to get the React app that we wrote up and going to replace our bright yellow follower bar with that, so it's more in line with the theme. So hopefully we have that going by Monday, but we'll see if I get distracted on other projects. And I do have one more project to add probably to the bottom of the list, because we are using Restream to multi-stream. And I do have an API. I don't think we can set the game type with that, but we can adjust the title and description, it looks like. So if we can tie that to something like N8N with ClickUp, we can use our keeping track of our go lives in our tracking tool, where we store all our notes, to trigger an update to our restream and save us a little time there. Not that it's super long, but we have to update it in one spot and then update all, and it does all of them. But if we can just give like going live, and then it increments the days, keeps our last message and whatnot, which is really what I'm trying to save time with. Because since we do Minecraft Everyday, Satisfactory, Fridays and Saturdays. Planet Crafter, Sundays and Mondays. And then we have Wildcard Wednesdays, which we have been doing a little to the left on Wednesdays, except for this last Wednesday, we ran out of time to do an extra game, which means having to change the titles a lot. So having a place where we can store each of those and have it just increment by one every time we switch games would be a nice quality of life improvement. Which is why I ask if anyone has games that they are enjoying or want to see me try, and we can slot those in on our Wildcard Wednesdays. All right, well, we're a little over 1/6 of the way. Let's see how much this. Let's see how much. We're not quite green, but let's see if this works. I did intend to do this off stream. I'm under tools, but we kind of got distracted. But if you're around Big Boy, you'll get to see a little bit of the ravine here. We'll fly up and then we'll turn around. So you get to see a little bit of the ravine there and here, and then we'll slide down here. So the idea is we're writing a book and creating, literal virtual world building and building the story of the novel in Minecraft. And then we're going to, in the story here, we need the ravine on 3 sides and a large lake in the back. So we have, 7-10 phases planned out to get that accomplished, because it'd be a lot of work to get the ravine all the way down to bedrock and then get the lake to look deep enough and impressive enough for what we want. And then after that, we'll have to do decorations, which is where we're putting the bridge. So we won't have just a bunch of slabs there. At some point, we'll have an actual nice looking bridge. But right now, we're just trying to... Oh, that's 49. Did we get everything down to 50? No, not yet. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can get up here maybe then. And how much of this we can get down to 50, and then we'll go from there. So speaking of the phases, we're trying to get all of them down to at least 0 now, close to it. And then, so, phase 1, 2, 3 is getting each of the 3 sides down, and then 4, 5, 6 will be getting it down to bedrock. And then a few phases for the lake and connecting the lake to waterfall sources for either side of the ravine. And we're doing that because once we get through phase 3, so getting them all down to 0, Y0, we need to get back to the nether and getting our controlled tunnel to the library done. Welcome in, Marcus. How's your Friday night, Saturday morning going? Been playing any Minecraft or other games lately? Yep. I just left our skeleton spawner. Bed Wars. Oh, Bed Wars. So that's Minecraft thing, right? Trying to... I was using beds to do a little mining in the nether, but it just got too time consuming. But on the tool repair, yeah, I didn't want to spend the whole stream just mending the tools, so we'll keep an eye on those, and then we'll mend those off stream. We have a couple spots we can do that. But yeah, on the nether side of things, we have Haven's End in the nether, which is a 1,000 by 1,000 perimeter city, or will be anyway. We have about 800,000 slabs laid down there. So nearly done with that, and then we can start building up the actual buildings there. We have a few small ones, some repair shops, a blaze farm, what we call our bank, where we can trade. We have villagers, 20 villagers or so in the nether that we can work with. And I didn't want to use TNT for everything, but our rough estimate is that we'll have about 30 million netherrack to get rid of, so it's gonna take a while. So we're probably gonna have to use some TNT. We try to use gas as much as we can, but they're not super reliable. And if you missed it earlier, we do Minecraft every day, and then Satisfactory Fridays and Saturdays, Planet Crafter Sundays and Mondays, and Wildcard Wednesdays. So we'll throw other games a little to the left, maybe Stardew Valley, just random Steam games that we can do on stream. Kind of seeing what we want to slot in on weekends after we get Satisfactory and Planet Crafter to after we've unlocked everything in those. And if it's a short game, then we finish it on Wednesdays. But that is our schedule, and I should probably put that in a chat command. I've slowly been updating our Nightbot, Chatbot, and Tickfinity to handle some of that stuff. So if there's any information anyone wants to see, let me know. 55? Okay. So we'll just cut through here a little bit. Iron. Yeah, so far we haven't had a lot of mobs down here yet, so we'll keep going until we start seeing some mobs, and then we'll have to go sleep. Do want to be careful around here that we don't fall in any lava pockets or any zombie revenges. And if there's any questions about the story that we're trying to tell here, feel free to drop that in chat, or food, other games, Legos, things of that nature. I post a few cooking things, but don't really have the kitchen to do the vision that I have, so we haven't done as much of that lately. What are we at? Okay, so we're about a third of the way. Our streams have been shorter. I think we started off with 2 to 3 hours, and we've kind of had to dial it back to about an hour. Granted, we do, we still do 2 to 3 hours when we do double stream days. So at least 2 hours. Sometimes it runs a little long. But if we can make our goals of affiliate and 1,000 followers on Twitch and 1,000 followers on TikTok, then we can start looking at lengthening that time. The goal, if we can make it viable, is to get back to the closer to 3-hour streams. We got a lot of bows we need to drop off. Okay. What do we... Oh, we can drop off the bone because we can use bone meal in the horizon wall. So this box here is for things going back to Overmorrow. We haven't been back there in a little bit yet, but at some point we'll have to head back. Yeah, drop those off. I think we're gonna drop... Well, we'll drop the bows over the edge because we don't really need those. Getting a fair amount of copper. And you can see there's our... what will be our N tavern. So we're working on a mansard roof. Or at least something close to that. Sure, we only throw away our bows. Okay, I think we're... Oh, and we don't need... Yeah, we got tons of arrows all around, so... All right, let's fly back over and see what we can do now. Oh, our zombie friend is having a case of athlete's body. And is no longer with us. All right, so let's cut through here, cut this line through. And it goes reasonably fast when we're doing it like this. We could use TNT to blast a little bit more, but we're more or less just following the wall, and then we'll rough up the wall later. And we're also trying to intentionally go a little bit slower and just enjoy the process, hopefully get more people in chat, get conversations going, and make it as much about the process as the end result. And it gives us time to think about the story that I want to write and how things go together. Yeah, we want it to stay fun and enjoyable, so... All right. So we're gonna cut it there, and now we're gonna shift over a block and go through. does this come through? So here. Okay, so let's keep our line as clean as we can. Right. The line there, okay. Right. Oh. Okay. Let's cut our line here. We want to make sure that we don't dig into the lake just yet. We want to save that for its own phase. So we're prepared for that. Because we probably want to put a few conduits in the lake, at least near the waterfall, so that it's kind of a hidden way down to the ravine. So you could take the water down, you won't drown. Swim around the lake, won't drown, so... so it has its look, and then they'll be hidden so that it won't be obvious, so that, you know, if you're following the story, you'll probably won't do that. But if you explore around or you're in the streams, you'll get those extra little things about the world and be able to, you know, find the little Easter eggs and explore a little bit more. All right. Ooh, copper. Copper is one of the things we're looking for, so let's take all of this out. All right. All right, we'll do down and back a few times, and then that way we can end our stream on... How much copper did we grab? 8. So we'll see how many ingots we can get out of that. All right. Let's get rid of the dirt over here. Oh, got a bunch of clay. Do we have spots for the clay? Good. Don't want to waste it. Oh, and we're probably going to have to clear out a little bit of this. Well, not clear out. We're probably going to have to push out our ravine wall there so that we can get a better entryway into our clock tower. So I'm not going to do too much digging over here just yet until we figure out the line that we want. I'm thinking initially, yeah, you can see, oh, there's the corner there. So I'm thinking probably somewhere in here where this vertical is, extending the line this way. And that way we can shift our entryway there without it being right on the cliff's edge. Because really this line here should be the center of it, and right now it's shift off to the left if you're facing that direction. Facing away from it, I guess, or the right if you're facing it. And we want the distance from here to there to be the same distance from center to the left here. So it still would be kind of on the edge, but it wouldn't be extending over the edge, which is what we're concerned about. So we probably need to get that line done. Maybe that'll be a tomorrow task of trying to figure out where that line is, getting the cobblestone across, and then the cobblestone wall here. And then we can just fill this with torches, and maybe we can put a little water or something in there eventually, or see how that goes. We'll just fill it with torches initially, but maybe we can make it like a little pond feature or something. All right. All right, so we'll just go back and forth a few more times. We're about halfway through our stream. We have a creeper that's going to come over here at some point as soon as they spot us. Let's see if we can entice them to help us out. There we go. If only we could get like an army of creepers just to walk through the nether for us. That would be so helpful. Okay. Oh, we have dirt. We're just not picking it up easily. Okay. All right, let's drop this material off, and maybe we'll work on that that line we were just talking about. Oop. Let's see. Well, we have cobblestone over here, so let's drop off our stone and then pick up some cobblestone to use. Right, and then dirt can go in there. Do we want clay? We'll drop off clay. I mean, it won't hurt to take the clay back with us. There's some cobblestone. Here's some cobblestone. That ought to be a good start. Where's our... Right, so we'll just do... that. All right, so that does that. Okay, now let's come over here. Oh. Quick pick this, and then we'll say... if this is our... Oh. Oh, okay. If that is the center line, that works out really good. Oh. So if this is the center here, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is this 11? Let's cut through here. I think this will give us enough if we do 11, this would be right on the edge. But I think that would be okay because the entrance would still be on pretty solid ground, and then it would give a nice Inkwood on one side as you walk in, and then you see the ravine on the other side out some windows as you look down, and give it a more impressive nature. Okay, somewhere in here there is some wood hanging about. Okay, so that should get this to decompose on its own, despawn on its own. All right. Can we get down there? Yeah, okay. All right, so something like this. Okay. If we do a couple layers like this, we'll be able to tell where it is easily on the side, then we can fill it in and be in good shape. And again, we'll have to rough it up a little bit, but I think that's fine. And this is still a pretty wide ravine here, so it doesn't need to dip in necessarily that much, so. Right, okay. All right, so it's this line here, right? So that, yep. So we're in line there, perfect. And this ability to place like this in Bedrock is a game. Well, is the reason why I could never go completely to Java. Like I'll play around a little bit, but being able to bridge like this, the way scaffolding works in Bedrock, I mean, not that Java doesn't have some benefits, like being able to mend with using the offhand, but the cross play and the bridging and scaffolding is amazing. And I don't know what we could put in here, but we could probably kind of seal it off maybe at that level. And then put a layer of dirt on top of it so it looks natural. And then we could have like a storage room down here too. Because we're going to have to put some stone and stuff on the other side too anyways, because otherwise it'll look just like a stone wall or a cobblestone wall. Although I guess we could put some kind of like water feature, like water drains out, like wastewater or something from the city that drains out to the ravine. I don't know. But that is something that we could do to like justify having more water here. It would be really nice, I guess, if we could, well, I was gonna say we'd have to make the wall black, but to have water come over that looks black like ink, so to fit into the inkwell motif. don't think we have any scaffolding on us, so we won't be able to fully finish this, but that's pretty close. Because we'll have to get some scaffolding to finish there. Okay. Alright. Okay. So we'll have 2 lines that we'll have to come back with scaffolding to finish, but I think this is a good start to this idea of needing to come back and extend out the line. We'll give it more texture later, and we could, it doesn't even have to be flat here. We could also create some bumps, like add more, like the way that this dips out here. We could round this off here, put a little bump here, and then make this curve here a little bit more subtle. All things to do later, but because we're trying to get all of the oh, we ran through all of that. Okay. All of the big story points done, so we still need to get, you know, the library kind of footprinted out. And then we need to, you know, at least get a road to the gold farm, and then we need to get Oasis City framed out. And those will be most of the big ones. We'll have Ashfern Forest too, but that'll be, we can just put a bunch of like cherry trees and maybe 1 or 2 custom and put up a sign, and then that'll be something that we can revisit every so often as we fill out that. And then there'll be other things that we have to like repurpose for what we want them to be, but that's all doable. The story will be far enough along that we can. Okay. Well, let's see how many bricks this is. Blocks. 40. Copper grate. We could put a copper grate in the roof somewhere too. But yeah, so all of that condensed to 40, and it's going to be more than 40 blocks, because how big is that? It's bigger than a 10 by 10, but roughly, you know, 100. So, and a perimeter, so just the top of the roof would be close to 100. And granted, the very top could probably be copper slabs or something, so you get a little bit more out of it. But in any case, I don't think 40 will be enough to quite finish the roof. I'd like to have 3 or 4 stacks to see, because we have 1 more like mansering level, I guess. So like to create that kind of rounded roof, because we're rounding it on all 4 sides, and then it'll be level. So that's going to take a bit. But our tools are needing some mending, so we did get a little copper. We got our ravine roughed out a little bit more on that northern side. So I mean, we'll need to actually rough it out, but we have what do you want to call it? Oh. Okay, none of that. We redid the line. We moved, we reshaped the ravine, so I guess it's not really texturing. Not texture roughing, so yeah. So we roughed out more of the flow of the ravine versus the texturing. I think it's a better way to say it. Yeah. So we can do that. Ugh, we have so many bows. Don't want that. Yeah, and I don't want it to get rid of all bows necessarily, because the ones that are enchanted are kind of nice to have. We need like another chest maybe that we manually put stuff in, and then yeah. So we can do something like that. The arrows. That in there. And then we just have to figure out what to do with the bows later. Right, so we just take all of this stuff. Can we drop it anywhere? Guess we can't really drop it anywhere. Okay, so okay, good. So if we put them all down there, they'll despawn on their own. Uh-oh, some of them are starting to come back, I think. Yeah, that's just, oh, because it didn't go all the way in. Okay. But we'll let those despawn and we'll do it again. All right. And then we'll spend our last, 10 or so minutes here. This would be a good second stream. Tomorrow we generally do it closer to 2, but we have some other things to do around that time. So keep an eye on Blue Sky tomorrow for our go live announcement. We will do Satisfactory and Minecraft tomorrow. I'll try to do, tentatively the plan will be to do one in the morning and one at night. So sometime, give or take an hour, around 10 a.m. Pacific, and maybe around 8 or 9 p.m. Pacific. But again, keep an eye on Blue Sky because we make our 10-minute announcements there. Which is another thing. If you have a preferred time, give me the time zone and time that you prefer. And if enough people like a certain time zone or time, I will do my best to adjust to that. I think the only time that is off the table outside of maybe a really special occasion would be kind of midnight to 8 a.m. Pacific time every day. Outside of that, we can adjust. And then, of course, as things come up in real life, we'll adjust the times, but we can more or less try to stick to a schedule that works for everyone. Because the goal is to find something that I can do where I still enjoy doing this, and then a time where the most people can engage and be part of it. I mean, there are the VODs, but being able to do it in a way that gets the most people involved. And we can also do split streams too. So like we did today, Minecraft or Satisfactory in the morning, Minecraft at night. We can switch that tomorrow and do Minecraft in the morning and Satisfactory at night. Whatever works for people. But point being, we can switch the games around a little bit so we can try to get things at a time that fits the most time zones. It doesn't have to be the same game at the same time every day, and reduce our discoverability engagements. All right. All right. Time is going fast, so What is... It's going to be warm tomorrow. Mm. Right. Streams are okay. Oh. That's okay. What else should we say? It's been a little bit, but we did do a world tour about a month ago, so that's also available on our VODs and on our TikTok. I think that the VOD is probably expired. Well, it's definitely expired. It's been more than a week on Twitch, but there was a VOD there. Alright, so we're okay now. Experience. We do have an Enderman, an Ender, whatever you call the farm. But we need to fix it, like the what is it, the Endermite got out, so we need to get another one. It's a good farm, but and while some things are really impressive at large scale, if it's not maintainable, I'm still impressed when people do it. But I'm more about the practicality and repairability. You know, if a chunk gets unloaded or you know, an accidental creeper goes off near it or whatever the case might be, I want to be able to repair a build easy. And the Enderman farm needs some... I need to make some tweaks to it. Hope that it still works. And that way it can be repairable and function. Because it does produce Enderman. It does produce a lot of pearls when it works. Not as fast as it looks like on Java, but it does kind of work. Which is why we do some of this, and then we also have our Blaze farm and whatnot. So we're working more on the spawner-based experience farms. Because we do have some non-spawner-based ones over at the Garden Temple. But I think there is a spider spawner over there somewhere. We'll probably run into it again eventually, but... Anyway, it does okay, but you're having to wait for mobs to spawn in just a dark room versus a spawner, so the rates aren't as good. And I know there are more efficient ways, because we have a Guardian farm too, and it's definitely not the most efficient, but it's cool to watch. But being Bedrock, we could take advantage of the fixed spawn points within the ocean monument. We could figure out the calculation, because there's enough of it there that we could still figure out all the spawn points. I forget what it is, 16, 20, something like that. And then you have those like spawn and go through to the nether, and then that frees up your spawn rate and a bunch go there and then go to the nether and clean up. But you either have to, I guess they wouldn't despawn immediately over there. They would just load in when you got there. So you have to either load enough to get up your levels, or you would have to kind of do what we do and have 2 accounts or multiple accounts where you keep one loaded at the ocean monument side and then go to the nether side and do that. Which on that, I mean, we play on 3 accounts. We have our hero account here that we're on. We have our spirit account, which is what we do to do dangerous things in the nether end or wherever. You know, never has more than a single piece of gold armor on. We scrap a food or 2, and then a couple blocks of whatever we need to get done. So it's just put a block down, respawn, put another block down, respawn until we can get it done. And then we have our AFK account. So whenever we want to, you know, run our creeper farm or whatever, and it's something that because we tried building our iron farm next to what we thought is spawn, but I don't know if the decreased spawn radius affected it or not. But it doesn't seem like it's running all the time, and I don't really trust my ability to make all that work, like getting something close enough within the spawn chunks to make it work. And I think that's going away too. I think the spawn chunk idea in general is going away. I don't know how it's going to replace, because I think that would break a lot of people's builds, but yeah. So however that's done, it's not something that I've relied on just because I haven't trusted my ability, which I guess has worked out if that ends up not having a replacement to prevent farms from breaking. But it does mean that we have to send our AFK account to whatever farm that we want to get stuff from. So we do need a lot of gunpowder from that, from our creepers. And then at some point we'll want to send it over to our gold farm. So once we get our gold, well, our road to our gold farm done, we'll send our AFK account over there. And then we'll build up a couple chests of gold so that we can make golden carrots and go from there. Oh, what is our time? Oh, okay, good. All right, so we're approaching time, and we do have some more writing projects to get done. We need to get a few of those out of the way so we can, you know, get some more discoverability and make this something we can do sustainably. So with that, thank you, Big Boy, again, and thank you, Marcus, and thank you, everyone else, for all of the likes and follows. Appreciate all of the support, and thank you for being part of day 566 of The Training Begins. If you want to see more of our storyback builds and just projects and games that we're working on in general, you can check us out on Linktree. So it's linktree/mindtripmedia, and that link will be on our outro screen as well. That will have links to our TikTok here, our Twitch, our YouTube. YouTube is also where the VODs go if you want to catch up on things later. It will also have links to our Pinterest and Blue Sky. Blue Sky being where we make our go live announcements. So if you want to keep up on what we're doing, make sure you follow us there. And if you really like what we're doing, feel free to share it out. And fingers crossed by September 1st, we'll have our Substack out. I think we're going to try to write it this weekend, but we may not publish it or release it until the 1st. And then we can have a better cadence instead of starting in the middle of the month. But there's that plan. And last bit of our outro, we will be doing Minecraft Unsatisfactory tomorrow. So if you're into either one of those, make sure you follow or check us out on Blue Sky again and see when we go live. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow when the journey continues.